Good afternoon, Dr. Tyra. How are you? How
I'm
you
good. How
doing?
about yourself? How are you today?
I am doing wonderful. It is beautiful out here in sunny California. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling blessed and energized. This is a
Oh,
new thing. I mean, I'm always feeling blessed and energized, but today
right.
is a good, like Ice Cube say, today is a good day.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Every day above down, every day above ground is a good day.
right? I'm
You
just
know.
feeling really good today. And I don't
Mhm.
even have a specific reason. So that makes it special. I just
Right.
feel, yeah, I'm just feeling good. I really
Yep.
am. You're
Yep.
doing great today as well?
Yeah. Today is a good day. I mean,
That,
I could,
that,
complain, but who wants to hear that? I don't.
right? I get it.
I
I
don't
get
even
it.
hear myself complain, so we gonna leave that alone.
There you go. There you go. And I hope our audience is doing well. And
Yes.
please like and subscribe and share. And welcome to the Mental Health Minute. We have an amazing show for you today.
Mhm.
And it's an amazing topic that we have for you today. My beautiful co-host brought it to my attention, and she's gonna teach us all about this because I'm telling the audience, I knew nothing about this. I knew nothing about this topic, so I cannot wait till we get into it. But
Yeah.
before we get into it, you know, today is a good day. You're feeling good. Is there anything that you want to share with us before we go into the tea time with Dr. T?
Girl, no, just look, ready to hit the ground running and get it started.
Okay, what you got ready for the weekend?
Oh my gosh. Well, tonight I'm being honored by a
There
church
you
here in Philadelphia for all of the work that I've been doing in the community. Me and Dr. Candace are both silent heroes, as well as all of our colleagues out there in the therapy world, medical professionals, mental health professionals. All of us were the silent heroes during COVID and the whole pandemic, and none of us really got any recognition for the things that we have done. And so, someone that I know, Arnita the Shields, contacted me and asked and told me that I was nominated for this Trailblazers of Peace Award this evening. So I will be going to receive that. But outside of that, I have that tonight. And then tomorrow morning, I have the event with Motivating Young Moms, where we have our he's my son luncheon, which is tomorrow from 12 to 3, where we will have a speaker speaking about autism. Proceeds from the luncheon will be donated to autism awareness. And so
That is
we will be doing
amazing.
that tomorrow. So if any of our viewers would like to give any type of donations, feel free to give us, give me a holler, whether DM me or anything, and we will definitely get the ball rolling and get everything to the finance crew over here.
Absolutely. That
Yeah.
is amazing. And yes, I would like to donate. I love that. And congratulations. So that's why I had to pull her out of it, audience. I had to pull it out of her because she is right. She's a silent hero and she didn't want to talk about it. And she's receiving that reward. So here I go. So what you doing this weekend?
Uh-huh. So what are you doing this weekend?
I'm going bowling. I know that. And I think I'm going to go play racquetball. I'm going
Mhm.
bowling. I like activities. I
Mhm.
do. So I'm going to go I'm going to look at some horses. I love horses. I love to
Mhm.
ride horses, love to go pet them and give them apples and carrots and stuff like that. So I'm going to look at some horses. I'm going bowling and racquetball and I'll probably do a spin class. But I got a dentist appointment in the morning. But
Girl, that's a lot.
I love activities and I like moving my body and I like being outside. It's a lot. Exactly. Hey Dee, how are you? So yes, before we get started, absolutely. Welcome, 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 like I stated, to the Mental Health Minute and thank everyone for being here. However, myself and my beautiful co-host, we are changing the times. Dr. T, would you like to let everyone know our new time?
All right. So our new time effective next week will be 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 1 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, effective next Friday, April the 15th.
Yes.
Ooh, which is Good Friday for those who don't know. So, yeah, next
Yeah.
Friday is Good Friday. So, we will be earlier next week.
Yes. Yes. And it works out. I think it works out for everyone. It works out for
Yeah.
myself and Dr. Tyra, and it also works out for my audience as well. For the
Yeah,
audience, our audience gonna love this. I think so. Don't you think so, Dr.
I
T?
think so
Yeah,
because
they
it's
go
not a lot going on in the middle of the day,
exactly.
and people are doing so many other things, and so that's why we looked at our schedules and looked at all the things that we trying to do, and with the both of us coming on smack dab at the end of the day, oh my goodness, that was coming to be a little bit much for the both of us.
It was.
I said, especially when Dr. Candace go live, it's like as soon as we finish doing this, she pretty much only has time to maybe grab a drink of something to drink before
Yeah,
she's jumping back on to do her segment in the evening. So that's why we
absolutely.
decided to do this because it was a lot on both of us. And, and then we know both of us are out traveling and doing different things. And so we needed to be, a little bit more diligent when it comes to our time and how we going to handle our production.
Exactly, and I love it. So now I'm just so glad that we decided that we
Yes.
collabed and we got these minds together and we decided what we were going to do, and I
Mhm.
love it. So I'm very happy.
Teamwork make the dream work.
That's right. Absolutely. Absolutely. So again, thank you everyone for tuning in. And please don't forget to like and subscribe. So, Dr. T, with all that's been said, are
Mhm.
you ready for the tea with Dr. T? Are you ready?
I'm ready. All right, so good afternoon, everyone. I'm back again with the tea with Dr. Tyra. So let me hook y'all up with some of the stuff that's going on and that's been going on in Instagram land and on social media and everywhere else. So one of the stories I want to talk about today, oh my goodness. So I seen this post on online that talked about this guy. He took a newborn baby that looked like the newborn might have been only about, I don't know, a month, not even a month old, on a date. And so the question was, would you take a newborn baby that you had with another woman on a date with you? Or would you, as the woman, take a newborn baby, your newborn baby, on your date with a man that you just met?
Now, now for me, and we want to hear from the audience as well, please. But
Hmm.
for me,
Hmm.
hell no. I wouldn't take my baby out on a date because it's not that important for me to date.
Right,
Especially, I have a newborn, so I want
right,
to be at home. I'm not saying new mothers shouldn't date because I don't know what happened to the husband, the partner,
right,
baby daddy, what have you.
right.
Not our business. I'm not
Mhm.
saying she shouldn't date, but don't. It shouldn't be that important and that serious where you got to take the baby.
Right,
So
right.
no for me. And if I'm the woman
Hmm.
and this is our first date and he
Hmm.
brings this baby, that's a red flag to me. That's a
Right,
red flag because he ain't got no boundaries. You mean to tell me you really want to see me? We could have talked on the phone. And you brought the baby, newborn baby. Where is the mother? That would bother me. Now, if
hmm,
that mother did not come to her demise in childbirth, why
hmm,
this baby here with us?
right.
And if he just said, "Oh, we're not together," and she's at work, that's
Hmm.
a red flag because that's irresponsible. That's
Right.
irresponsible. See me when she's home or get a babysitter or something like that. I don't like that. It's
Hmm.
not that serious to bring the baby out. It
Right.
really isn't. And another component to that, introducing different women to your kids so soon.
Mm, okay.
Yeah, that's too
That's
soon.
a whole that's a whole nother stick right there.
That's our first date. And you bringing this baby? You looking for a partner, or you looking for a baby's mother? Somebody to help you raise this baby?
But
Yeah,
here's
this
the
don't fit
thing.
right.
Okay, but here's the thing. Who does baby belong to?
I know. Like I said,
That
because it took.
allowed you to bring it outside. That
What?
allowed you to bring it outside.
I know. I would be shocked. You know what? This world scares me.
Hmm.
The things that's going on now and that I am reading and stumbling upon because I don't be going looking for nothing because I live in my own bubble. So the
Right,
things that
right.
I stumble upon,
Hmm.
this world is starting to scare me because when I saw that, I was taken aback. You mean to tell me is that serious that you got to go date some woman and be in somebody's face when you bring that beautiful, that baby was so
That
beautiful.
baby was gorgeous. I said, "Oh, look, a little pretty
I
girl."
know.
Oh, look at pretty girl. I thought that baby was so cute. And this damn fool bringing her out like that.
No. Birthing the baby. I mean, the baby just fell from
Yeah.
with his ignorant ass. You done brought this baby on this date at this restaurant. I said, I know you lying. And I probably would have stayed for the baby, but I would have
Right.
been the baby look the whole time. You know, I'm nurturing, you know. So I would have stayed
Uh-huh.
with the baby. And when we got in that parking lot, boy, let me tell you, you ain't gonna never see me again. Watch
Never
me,
ever.
because this is it.
Because my thing is, but you know what? It brings on a whole lot of questions that I would want to ask, what want to ask and want to answer. And, like I've heard some strange things over the past year, that people have done in regards to babies and dating and things, and it's like some things I find acceptable and some things I don't. And my thing is I'm not going to judge, no judge. But at the end of the day, let's be tactful about the things that we're
Yes.
doing. You know what I mean? We do so many things and that's like not tactful. Let's be tactful about some of the things that we're doing. You know what I mean? Yeah, I just have an issue. Yeah. So
I do too. Yes,
yeah,
I totally agree with you. That was very classless,
yes, very
especially
much
if
so. But so
he's
with the next
blindsided.
exactly.
I know.
Exactly. And so with the next topic I had, oh my goodness, I wanted to talk about the nonsense on social media. And so, for example, what happened was I was on one of the comedians' pages and I couldn't stop laughing. I think it was Earthquake. He has the most funniest stories. If nobody ever like jumps on to see what he's doing, he's one I definitely highly, if you want a good laugh, he finds these stories. So the story that he posted was some fool, which was a hacker, basically created an Instagram page, right? With Michael Jackson's name and took one of Michael Jackson's pictures up and put it in the picture, in the profile picture. And then decided they wanted to ask for some money and then go put he.
I know. I saw
I
that.
said, "What in the world?" And it's just like the hacking is getting out of hand right now. It's getting, it's to the point where everybody is like, you know what, enough already,
Mhm.
enough. Stop it, move along. Let's leave this alone. You know what I mean? Like you're doing too much with all this hacking, and it's not cute. It's not cute. They hacking, they sending people. Somebody sent me this email where they was like, "You think this is real?" And it was a letter from you. Wait a minute, Unified States of America's Internals Revenues Services.
Okay.
First of all, we the
No,
United
it's
States of
not real
America.
because it was
Wait a
almost
minute, and
coherent.
then wait a minute, and then they signed it yours prayerfully. First of all, the IRS is never going to sign a letter yours prayerfully. That's number
No.
one. But the person didn't read the letter. You know how you read it, and when you see the first thing IRS, the first thing you want to do is drop to the ground.
Exactly.
It's like,
That's
oh Lord, they done found my email. They coming for me. And so I'm like, wait a minute. Don't buy this nonsense. These people is ridiculous. No, you're not doing this. You're not doing this. This is wrong. This is not who they said they are. Oh, ooh, thank goodness, because I was getting ready. I said, will you read? They even spelled your 9 to 5. They put your 9 to 5, right? They spelled that wrong.
so it's not real. Again, it was incoherent. What? You couldn't. And yes,
Okay,
Alex is right.
Alex
IRS
is
ain't
100%
emailing
right.
nobody.
Alex said the IRS ain't emailing nobody. I know the IRS ain't calling nobody. They ain't nobody.
No.
They
Mm-mm,
ain't doing jack. They
mm-mm.
telling you get on up, get the hell out of our face. That's what they saying. They giving you a
Exactly.
ticket to get out of my Faceville. That's where you're
Right.
getting from the. Oh my gosh, so hilarious. And so my last story for the tea today is Judge Katanji Brown Jackson. Oh my goodness. She did it, and I am so proud that she is now Justice
That's right.
Jackson.
That's right.
You know what I mean? that they really did my heart good to see that, we knew she was going to have a lot of adversity, and we knew a lot of people was not going to support her. We knew that, but I was just proud to see that she did get the votes so that she could become, our newest justice. To see somebody that looked like us go in there does my heart good. And another thing was, somebody had made a comment about women overachievers. And that has been something that has been an issue for myself for a long time. You know what I mean? And Dr. Candace, I know you probably have experienced it too, as
Yes,
well as a lot of our viewers out there,
yes, I
where
have.
we have reached so many levels in
Hmm.
our lives that now, like it's like a lot of things people, are like, oh, you're not qualified for this, you overqualified for that, you overqualified. So what the hell am I qualified for?
Hmm.
And the thing is, you
Absolutely.
don't want to dumb yourself down. That's the last thing you want to do. You don't want to dumb yourself down for a relationship. You don't want to dumb yourself down for a job. You don't want to dumb yourself down for nobody. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, you just sit there and it just, it can really do a job on you. You know what I mean? But like I loved her whole mannerism throughout this whole somewhat of a, how can I put it? I don't want to say a witch hunt because they was hunting for shit. Oh my gosh. But what I want to say is everything that they were doing to try to bring her down, she sat there with the
Great.
utmost grace, poise, and you know what? Her response, in my opinion, it looked like she was just like, I'm just gonna let God do this
That's right. That's
and watch, and let's watch what he do.
and look what he did.
And look what he did.
Am so elated,
Mhm,
excited, and happy
mhm,
because this is unprecedented. One of us,
mhm,
a woman and a
mhm,
black woman with
mhm,
natural hair. Yes, she
mhm,
has locks. So for
mhm,
all the people that said
mhm.
your locks isn't wanted here, you should
Mm,
cut your hair because I got locks. You
mm.
should cut your hair. That's not professional. If it's good enough for the Supreme Court, it's good enough
That's right.
there. I am so excited. Just
Mhm.
a black woman. We there. And when
Yep.
I saw the inaugural speech this morning, like bringing her in, and
Yes.
another black woman standing next to her,
Mhm.
Pamela, standing next to her, our Madam
Mhm.
Vice President. And it's just
Yes.
that we have come a long way. And I'm
Yes.
very happy.
Mhm.
I'm excited for all of us. And it's just amazing. It's just, I couldn't scream loud enough
Yeah.
because it shows other little girls, you
Mhm.
can, you
Yeah.
will, you are, show up. That's right. And her
Mhm.
work speaks for itself. They tried to, how they, like you mentioned, the witch hunt, and they try to find something, try to justify this,
Yeah.
and her work. And she did it with grace. Yeah,
Mhm.
I like
Yeah.
that. I like that. And you were right. I'm gonna just digress for a minute when you mentioned
Mhm.
um, about overachievers with women.
Mhm.
It's an ancestral thing, especially from us, and I believe it started way even before Sojourner Truth, but it started
Mhm.
with her because she had 13 kids and
Yeah.
she had to do it all. And I remember when she wrote that speech, and she had to she was taking logs and taking bricks and taking stuff and loading them on this. I call it a truck, but back then it wasn't. It was the back of this like truck wagon or cabin.
Mhm.
No one would help, and it started to
Mhm.
rain.
Yes.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and she had to do everything that the men did. And she's
Yes.
a woman of color, so wasn't nobody to come in to help. So when they say, "Oh, you're an overachiever," that's because our ancestors had to be. See, I could turn this show into something else, but we ain't
Mhm.
gonna do that because y'all know my black form. All we don't want to talk about
Look,
black women. Y'all don't,
look.
because
I
y'all know
look.
my.
You
So we
know me. I'm
go.
all look. I'm all for it. And you know how we change up.
Yes, I'll change up in a minute. This show will go a whole nother way. I get on here preaching and praising. We don't want to do the PP. Preaching and
Preaching and praising. That's what we do. Look, that's
praising.
what we do. Y'all ain't ready.
I get on here and talk about my black people. Y'all don't want that. Y'all don't want y'all ain't ready. Yes, 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 yes. So that was my little spin on it. So I'm happy and I'm proud. Yes, Dr. T. So what else you got with the tea time? What else you got?
Well, you know what? And that's the end for tea time today.
Cool.
So we're going to jump into one of our sponsors. All right. That
Yes.
is Dr. Candace's event that's going to be happening tonight, all things relationships. And I thought that would be the perfect segue into our topic, which is relationship contracts.
Yes, 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 yes. Like Dr. Tyra said, yes, tonight at 6:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Please come on, check me out and meet me here. Meet me there, or you can beat me there. Please join me. I will be talking about all things relationships, as I always do. That is the topic. But tonight, the topic tonight is project or partner. Who's in your life? A project
Mm,
or partner?
okay.
Yeah, and it's a
All
Q&A. It's a Q&A, so we're going to get into it. We're going to get into it. It's a
right.
Q&A. Yeah,
Mm,
so y'all
project
come
or
on and shout
partner.
out. Yeah,
Woo,
a
that's
project
something.
or a partner, because, honey, I had both. So come on, y'all, come on through. I
Look
had
at
that
those.
said, your membership is up, contract expired, get out. Yeah,
Exactly. Exactly.
yes, so y'all
Exactly. Oh
stop
my
going back.
gosh.
Meet me there. Yes, but for today on the Mental Health Minute, don't forget to like and subscribe and share this. But
Yes.
today we are going to get in relationship contract. So we're going to get into it with Dr. Tyra because she's going to teach all of us, including myself, because my beautiful co-host brought this to my attention. I said, girl, what's that? So we're going to get into it right now. Dr. Tyra, the topic
Yes.
is relationship contract. Grace us with your presence and tell us all about this.
So let me tell y'all. So back, let me tell y'all. Y'all know I have been in school numerous times, and so I was actually in school 22 years ago to become a sex therapist, right? And during my sex therapy courses that I was taking at the time, I was in a relationship therapy class, right? And the professor I had, I'm just like, what the hell is she talking about? A relationship contract. And so she was like, yes, because if you have a contract, everybody is held accountable for their behaviors throughout the contract. And so at first I was like, that don't even make no sense. But then as time went on, I said, you know what? This does make a whole lot of sense, and so what a relationship contract isn't a binding agreement, right? But what it is a tool for couples couples and friends, because people do it with friendship contracts too, right? To express their needs and work together to craft their parameters to their own unique relationship roadmap, including anything and everything from your health to your housework to sex and intimacy, to who does what in regards to taking them kids to school, who's helping with homework, what section of the bills, who's taking what bill.
Like that.
Okay.
I like that. Okay, I like that. Now, is there something that maybe I can do? Well, I'm married, so I'm probably already in that. But anyway, I got some questions,
Right.
So I brought it for your audience because I know y'all want to know. I want to know too.
Mhm,
So that's the relationship contract. So we got a better understanding. So
mhm.
let me ask, Dr. T,
Yeah.
what if one party doesn't want the contract anymore, but they still want the relationship? What you do?
I mean, that would be up to the individual. That's up to the individual. You know what I mean? If the person decides, like, let's say the couple decides to do the relationship contract, right? That's that's just something that you put into play if you feel that boundaries need to be brought about, paid attention to. Because what happens is when you're in these relationships, right? A lot of
Mm-hmm.
people lose sight of their boundaries,
Mm-hmm.
okay, when they're in the relationships, and they do things or say things or have expectations, right, that wasn't clarified from the beginning. You know what I mean? You can't expect a person to know what your wants are if you haven't told them. You know what I mean? You have to speak up. And that's pretty much what this contract is. Like, I remember I dated this guy, some years ago, maybe about 20 years ago. This fool thought he could call every 5 minutes.
Oh,
And I mean, when I say every 5 minutes, it was just like as soon as the phone went down, I'm like, oh my God, you had no time to do nothing. I ain't, and it was just like, and I didn't do a relationship contract on that fool because the relationship ended before we
mhm.
could get anything like that. But it was just like, like I was always taught if a man stay on the phone like that, he might be a borderline woman. But
I love it.
okay, I know that sounds harsh, but I'm
No,
saying
it
look,
doesn't.
me and women,
I love
we
it.
talk on the phone a lot. Like, come on. But at the end of the day, I was just like, no, I'm not. We're not doing this. We're not doing this. And so, with that being said, it was just like, I was like, with that, if I had stayed in that, right, I probably would have created a relationship contract so that we could discuss, okay, this is the time of day you're going to call. This is the time of day we're going to have any kind of interactions,
Absolutely.
and like sometimes like with people, like, people have relationship contracts, right? But y'all don't even call them relationships contracts. Y'all don't even look at it as a relationship contract.
Okay. Do
And
you think are they
it's
realistic?
unwritten, it's something that y'all already know.
Okay, Dr. T, are they realistic and are they really beneficial?
I would say it can be. It depends on the couple and how serious you are about making the changes in your relationship.
Okay,
So for example,
okay,
people negotiate how many times a week they're going to have sex.
okay,
Okay. So if
okay,
you know you're not available, like like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, like you got somebody, let's say they gotta have it every single day, right? And you're not an individual that want to do it every single day. Okay, so what can we negotiate and stick into that? You know what I mean? Like, okay, well, I could do it Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Fridays, or I could do it only on Friday and Saturday. But as long as the person is, your partner is for it, then yeah, okay, you have that. Y'all have that agreement, right? But then you have situations of people with house cleaning. That's a whole other bargain when it comes to the house cleaning because it's just like, all right, well, what room? Nobody wants to clean the bathroom or the kitchen. I
right?
can
Absolutely, that's
I'll
true.
straighten the dining room and in the living room, but I ain't doing that. I'm not doing it, and I'm not changing sheets. And how many people you ever heard I'm not doing windows? It's your
That-
damn house. Do your windows.
That's true. So, Dr. T, do will the relationship contract, and you
Mhm,
will know this because you're the expert and the professional on this, because I don't know nothing about this.
mhm.
Does it take away the spontaneity, the
You
excitement?
you know
Because
what?
that's about the intimacy part. When you
When it
said,
comes to mhm.
the sexual part, and you have designated days, which sometimes for busy couples you need that. But can a relationship contract take away the spontaneity?
It can, it
Okay.
can, it can take away the spontaneity if you're not creative.
Okay. So could
Okay.
you tell us, myself and the audience, what are the pros and cons? Like, what are some of the cons of having one? Because the pros, I'm hearing it, it's a lot of good with having one, but what's some of the cons? Like the spontaneity would be a
Losing spot, yeah, losing spontaneity would be a con. Also, lack of communication.
con. Okay.
Okay, that would be another con. Not being heard would be another con. Because people would say, "Oh, well, we got the contract in place," so they ignore everything else and just focus on what they have written on this paper.
Got it. I
You
like
know,
that.
and so
I
that's where you start having those kind of problems. Well, it wasn't written down.
There you go.
You told me to
Oh,
write it down. So why would I do that if it's not in our contract?
okay. So it can create
Hmm.
another problem.
It sure
So
can.
with that being said, that was one of my questions.
Mhm.
So a relationship contract is not for everyone.
No, it's not for everyone, and
Okay.
I would say use discretion. Again, it would depend on the partner that you're with and the type of relationship that you have. Now, people have friendship contracts too, which friendship contracts go along the lines with the relationship contract, except there's no sex and intimacy in it. You know what I
Okay.
mean? It's just everything else in regards to what do you expect in a friend. And that's something that I ask people all the time. I had someone ask me yesterday, she's 53 years old, and the one thing she said is, I'm too old to make friends.
Oh.
I said, no, you're not.
No, you're
You're never
not.
too old to make friends.
He's not.
You're never too old to make friends. You can make friends whenever you want. You're not too old to make friends.
Oh,
And just explaining to to this woman, like you can make friends whenever you would like. It's totally up to you. And being able to have your expectations. You know what I mean? You know what you want in a friend, right? The same
that's
like with a
right.
relationship. You know what you want in a relationship, right? The bottom line is being able to identify your wants, your needs, and your negotiables. That's the three pieces that you need to be able to recognize. And the thing is, you don't get that recognized a lot. You know what I mean?
I do.
A lot of people, it's just like when you think about negotiables, people they sometimes they have unrealistic expectations, right? And my thing is when it comes to any type of relationship that you have to be realistic, with it, because at the end of the day, this is a person that you're planning on spending time with. And one of the most expensive things that we have is time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And who wants to waste time on somebody that doesn't offer them any type of gratitude or support, or you don't feel like you're really gaining anything out of the relationship. You should be with somebody that builds you up. You should be with somebody that's able to, like I'm going through the list of the five essential healthy relationships, right? Things for relationships. So that would be being able to have open communication with somebody, being able to trust them, having mutual intimacy, right? Being able to work through disagreements and being able to listen and feel heard. It's one thing to be in a relationship and not and have somebody hear you. Don't
Mm-hmm.
hear me. Listen to what I'm trying to tell you.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what you have to, and that's the five essential rules to having and maintaining a healthy relationship at this point. And
Absolutely.
that's what the relationship contract does. It just reiterates those rules in addition to you creating boundaries within the relationship, especially if you're with a partner who lacks boundaries.
So that was my question too. I have a question. Yeah, audience, I came ready for us so we can get all our answers. My question too, Dr. T, is who is the ideal couple for a relationship contract? Can you describe to us an ideal couple?
I would say the ideal couple, in my opinion, would be a couple that is on the go. Okay, when you have that couple that both of them are, they both are working. Corporate, let's say corporate C-suite level couple, um, always traveling, always on the go, never really have time for anything, and have to find or make a way to be able to negotiate time with one another. One that comes to my mind is I think about this newscaster that was here. She actually left and went to DC to be on the air there. Her husband was on the air in DC. She was in Philly, he was in DC. They never spent time
Oh,
together
okay.
until now. Until like they spent time together, I guess, on their weekends and time off and stuff like that. But when she transferred to the city that her husband is in and was able to get a job at his station. But it's just like I look at their relationship, and now they're expecting, and she was saying throughout their marriage, when they first got married, they've really never had that much time for each other because of their careers. So when you look at a couple like that, yeah, everything had to be, like structured calls, because of the time that you're on the air or the time that you're working. So when you look at somebody like that, yeah, that's when you have to say, okay, we need to think about, how we're going to be able to navigate this. Not saying that couples who are not on the C-suite level wouldn't need a contract. If you having problems in your relationship, or if you feel some things is
Okay.
going on that you are not trying to be dealing with, then you need to have a relationship contract. You know what I mean? Something that you can put into play, basically describing what it is that you want to see. What do you want to see happen? What do you want to see change within your relationship? What changes would you
I
like to
like
see
that.
happen?
I like that.
Anybody can have one, but I was just describing a
I,
scenario of a level of couple who would probably benefit from it because of the amount of time. But anybody can have one.
Okay. So, because that ideal couple, it sounds like they was battling with long distance, and they also
Mhm.
strong-minded, like-minded people because they
Yes.
both have the same profession. Because when
Mhm.
you were speaking that, I was thinking of like two doctors. They're always busy.
Mhm.
A cardiologist and a gynecologist. They always busy.
Everybody got an emergency. Right.
I'm not thinking, even though I'm new to this as well,
Mhm.
the relationship contract, I am not thinking maybe the free spirit. That may be a con for them because
Mhm.
free spirit people just, hey, I get in where I fit in. So a
Right.
relationship contract may stagnate them.
Mhm.
They
Right.
may feel crippled by it.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah, does that make sense? Because you're the
Makes a
expert on
lot of
this,
sense.
but I'm thinking
Makes a
that
lot
was
of
one of,
sense.
yeah, that was one of my questions, Dr. Tyra, that I had here is
Mhm.
that when you said it could be for
Mhm.
a lot of people, they just have to find where they get fit in with relationship contract. But is it something that, and this is a question for you,
Mhm.
that a couple start in the beginning, or do you start when it's already tough and you feel you need?
Girl, I say start it in the beginning
Okay.
because you know what? Because at the end of the day, we always laugh and joke about people sending their representatives, right?
Yes.
That's the
Yeah.
laughing joke. That's the running joke with everybody. It's like, okay, you start dating somebody, and then all of a sudden they send their
Yes.
representative, and
And you said, who was that?
that representative is the person that's showing you everything that you like, right? They doing all the things that you like, everything that giving you all the compliments and
Yes.
saying all the things and bringing you flowers and doing all those things that you would love, right?
Hmm.
And then it happens.
I know.
All of it stop, and you like, really?
They
You
went from love bombing to ghosting you.
right? Okay, okay. And we see that happen all the time, and it don't just happen with men, with women. It happens
Yeah.
with men too, where men feel the same way. Like, yo, this chick was all around me, and now all of a sudden I can't find her.
I
You know what I
know.
mean? So they get the same attitude, and the same thing happens with them too.
Exactly.
So it's just being able to set the tone from the beginning when it comes to relationship contract. That's what we definitely. That's one thing I highly recommend in the beginning. I remember a friend of mine. I remember a situation happened. A friend of mine's mom was telling me about. She said, when you get a mate, just make sure you set the tone from the beginning. Don't have an expectation from somebody, right, years down the road that you didn't implement from the beginning. So it was
Absolutely.
like, so the situation was like going to a Broadway show, right? And the ones the female spouse is like, okay, well, I want to go to a Broadway show, but the husband never took you to a Broadway show. And so now, 5 to 10 years in, you're like, well, you never take me out to eat. You never take me there. You never do that with me. And so the question came up, well, did I do that with you in the beginning?
Right.
So why are you expecting that from me now? Don't expect something, like, granted, people can change. When finances change, people change. We know this, right?
Mhm.
But there's times where finances don't change. You know
Ex-
what I mean? And you can't expect somebody to do things for you that they haven't done it from the beginning. I
Absolutely.
did this stuff for you before. Don't expect it from me now.
Absolutely.
And that's where a contract would come in the beginning. But again, some of these contracts that we have is unwritten, right? It's
Yes.
all verbally in the head, where things, like, for example, somebody, paying you a compliment every time you talk to them, right? And it's just like, when they pay you a compliment, it's like an unwritten rule that every time you talk to them, it's coming.
Exactly. Okay. So I think this is my last question because you answered a lot of my questions. And I know the audience will want to know this as well. With
Hmm.
the alpha male,
Hmm.
can a relationship contract make someone feel obligated or make them feel like their property, especially with the alpha male? You have that real manly man, and he's like, "You want me to sign what, babe? I love you, and I just treat you good. I mean, I'm not. You got that alpha male.
Hmm.
So do how would you handle that? And I'm asking you as an expert. Say if you had a couple, and because you do couples therapy, and say you had a couple, and she's like, well, Dr. Tyra, I want him to sign a relationship contract, and he's an alpha male, and he's like, I feel I shouldn't be obligated to do that. how
Right.
how would that play out? How would alpha males play into relationship contracts?
So an alpha male would play into a role of a relationship contract with pretty much being able to sit down with the two of them and discussing all of the things that is actually occurring in a relationship, right? So
Okay.
that would be, asking, the spouse, okay, or the spouse or the girlfriend or whoever the person is that's the alpha role in that relationship, right? Just being able to say, okay, are your needs being met? Identify what needs that are not being met, right? And if they can identify the needs that's being met, and we're looking at the paperwork that they written down, so why do you have it written? You know what they always say, Dr. Candace? I don't want them to forget.
Yep.
But the thing is, they not gonna forget if they was doing it already.
Exactly.
And at the end of the day, it's all in trust.
Okay.
Being able to have that trust and honesty with that individual. And so if you're with this alpha individual who you trust and they're doing the right thing, and they pretty much refuse to sign this contract, then you have to respect them and trust the process, trust and know that they're going to do the right things for you, and the right things for the relationship and anything else that you feel is an issue. Now, if you dealing with somebody that's just like, I ain't doing it because I ain't doing
Yeah.
it.
Yes. A lot of us are familiar, have
If you
been.
do it, I ain't do it. I do it. Now, look, I'm not gonna say force a contract on somebody because that's not what we doing, right? We ain't forcing nothing on nobody. But what I'm saying is, just at that point, you have to sit down and evaluate your relationship. Does the contract really matter?
So that was beautifully said. Now this really is my last question because I know I had several questions. Can it expire? Can a relationship contract expire? And the reason why I'm asking that because people grow. So
Mhm.
say a couple has started the relationship contract in year one. They in year maybe four. Okay, let's just say three. Make it simple. They're in year three. People grow mentally, spiritually, emotionally, and they have grown in their relationship.
Mhm.
Has any of those things in the contract that expire? So
Yeah,
can a contract expire?
yes, you could put dates on it.
Okay.
You could date it out. Like if you writing one and creating one, you could date it out.
Okay.
To see if these things actually occur. You could date it out. You could put 6 months, or we could revisit this in a year or something
Okay.
like that. So it can, because at the end of the day, we do change. We change and we grow,
Absolutely.
with every relationship. And so a lot of people think when you're in a relationship that you don't grow. Yeah, you do. And if you're in a
Yes,
relationship and
you
you're not
do.
growing, you got a problem.
Yes, you do.
You know what I
Absolutely.
mean? If you're not
Absolutely.
growing in your relationship, then you need to reevaluate the whole damn relationship
You
because
sure do. If you're the same,
there's
absolutely. So
something seriously wrong.
right? It's something seriously wrong. When I first heard about the relationship contract from you, I
Mm,
I had to process it. And
mm,
at first I was like, is that offensive to ask
mm,
someone that? And
mm,
after processing it, absolutely not.
mm,
I'm
mm,
on board. I'm
mm.
on board, but mine will be small steps, but I'm on
Yeah.
board.
But my thing is,
Absolutely.
like I said, this is just a guide to being able to, understand, know what you want in your relationship. You know what I mean? And the thing
Yes,
is, people always say they know what they want in a relationship, and then all of a sudden, when things don't happen the way that they want, they get upset. You know what I mean? And it's just like, well, how are you gonna get upset if you didn't convey that from the door? You got to be able to express your
absolutely.
wants and needs from the beginning.
Yeah,
You
especially if
know?
you know them, because sometimes
Right.
we learn our wants and needs along the way. Because
Mhm.
what I have needed from one man, I don't. I need. Not necessarily need from the next.
Right. Everybody you with
So,
is different.
yes,
Everybody you with
absolutely.
is 100% different, and you
There
need
you
to
go.
take that as it is. You know what I mean? And the
Absolutely.
bottom line is the number one goal is having honesty and trust and being truthful. That's the
Honesty and
three
trust.
things that you need to focus on: being honesty, trust, and truth. and knowing not to criticize each other. People be criticizing each other and calling each other names and not
No
don't do
judgment.
that. My thing is a no judgment zone.
Here we
Don't
go.
be mean to the person. My goodness.
I love it. I love it. There you go, audience. You heard it here on the Mental Health Minute. And Dr. Tyra came on here and she schooled all of us. Beautifully said. She broke it down because, like I said, I knew nothing about this. My sister had to teach me. So she is right. So this is what she said. Honesty. She said it all goes down and boils down to honesty, trust, and no judgment. So is a relationship contract for you? Or is it for someone you know? Y'all can tell us on the DL. And we
Yeah.
want to know. Put it in the chat. We would like to know. Yes or no? Is a relationship contract for you? I will consider it because I'll
Mhm.
take small steps, but I would definitely consider it because at first, like I said, I thought, oh, wait a minute, is that offensive? Should I be doing it? And after she broke it down, yes, wasn't it on point, D? She broke it down and she let us know. So I'm gonna get personal, y'all. I'm gonna ask Dr. Tyra, ma'am, is
Yeah.
a relationship contract for you? Myself and the audience would like to know.
You know what? I mean, I would do one. I would do one. I would do
You
one.
being nosy because you came up with it, so you taught
Yeah,
us.
I mean, but you know what? I would do one. I would do one.
You were
I would.
okay.
Oh God, Alex said I have a long story for a relationship contract. Alex, you funny.
I know. So Dr. Tyra said that she would do one. Alex said
Mhm.
she's down for one. So I have to know. So let's ask Dr. Tyra. Are you the one that would draw it up, write it up, or would you write it up with your partner, or would you allow
Oh
your
no.
partner to write
The
it
thing
up?
is, for me, my thing is, I think the two people need to sit down together and
Okay.
write it down. You know what I mean? So for me, I would sit down and we would write it out because at the end of the day, you can't be one sided in a relationship and just do it for one person. It takes two to tangle. So doing it individually, that's not going to work because that's a single, not a double. You
Right?
know what I mean? That's a single, not a double. And the thing is, you want to you know, be able to compromise on all of the things that you're trying to negotiate on. But if you come up with somebody like, here, this is what I want, and you throw some paper at them, they looking at you like, you better get the hell up out of my face. I'm not
Okay.
doing none of that.
Girl, right there. That right there. If somebody did that to me, they would find themselves, by themselves.
Hello. They find themselves outside sitting
I
up
love
next
it.
to a curb. Ain't nobody doing that.
Yes, absolutely. We're not doing that one. Then you're gonna be
We're
by
not
yourself.
doing that. We're not doing that.
I like it. It's together. We have to collab on it. I'm loving
Yeah.
that. Yeah, it ain't like some
Mhm.
shady record deal. I love it. This was awesome. Dr. Tyra schooled us on relationship contract because I knew nothing about that, people. I am so glad all of the audience was here with me so we can listen to Dr. Tyra and we all joined in together because I'm like, what?
Yep, and
Exactly.
Alex put a good point. The unknown is not factored into a contract.
There you go.
You're right, because the thing is, you don't know. And so, how can you put the
That's
unknown in a contract? Because of change.
that's true. Absolutely.
Change.
I love it.
Mhm.
I love it. So, with that being said, it was beautiful, people. Like Dr. Tyra said, it is honesty, trust, and no judgment. She said those are the main three components that should go in your relationship contract. So, we would like to ask Dr. Tyra, what is your last word or your last piece of advice or whatever you want to give us about relationship contracts?
My last words are, again, make sure you keep the lines of communication open in your relationship. Be
Okay.
able to listen to someone, be able to work out all of your issues, all of your disagreements that you have, be able to work it out, you know, have mutual respect and
Right.
trust in one another, in that, and if you feel that, you know, a relationship contract is for you in order for you to be heard, then draw one up, sit down together and talk about the things that you expect, the expectations you would like to have. Again, a relationship contract is only a roadmap to being able to express the couple's needs. That's my
I
final
love it.
word.
I love it. This was beautiful, Dr. Tyra. That was amazing. That was amazing. We all learned something today. I know I did. And I loved it. Relationship contracts. And thank you for people that's coming in. Thank you. And I like what Mo said. She said, I got to get a relationship first. Girl, he coming. God
He
go send him.
coming. He coming. He on the way, girl. He in the
He's on his
works.
way. We
He
manifesting
works.
that. We speaking into existence. We're going to speak a good one too. A good
Yeah,
one.
exactly. A
That's
real good one.
right.
A real good one.
Absolutely. Before we continue with our show, are we going to our sponsor? What we doing, Dr. Tyra?
Yeah,
What
we
we
could go. We could go to our sponsor.
doing? Yay. Mhm.
Right. So our next segment. All right. We had was it? I just have to retrain my.
It's
Yes, I
doable.
get it. I get it. I get it. And Mo
It's
said she
doable.
use it. It's doable. All right. So we're going to go into our next segment, which is all right. Fun
Yay.
facts with Dr. Candace.
Yes, y'all know I'm here for it. I'm here for it. I love my fun facts. I come up with these amazing little fun. Well, I don't come up with nothing. I go research and get these amazing fun facts that I research, the ones that I really think we need to put out there. So this is a fact that kind of blew my mind, and I thought I would have learned this in history class, but they didn't teach this. Do y'all know the three signal light? The three signal light, the stoplight
Yeah.
was invented by a black man. Garrett Morgan in
Yeah.
1923. He invented the stoplight, the three signal stoplight. And he
Yeah.
also invented the gas mask and he made improvements on the sewing machine, the what we use today. I was just amazed by that. So
Mhm.
I want to give a shout out to Garrett Morgan, and he's no longer here with us, but that's all right. His family and generation family is can be watching us, and I want to give a shout out to him. So now every time people, when you at the stoplight and you see it and it's yellow and you try to slow down or you're gonna try to make it, think of Garrett Morgan. Black man invented that. So that is my one of my facts. That's right. My next fact is, do you know our body loses billions of skin cells every 24 hours? Did y'all know that? So that means we shedding. Did y'all know that?
I had no
Every
idea.
24 hours? Well, I kind of knew that one, but I didn't know that one to
Uh-huh.
the day of, and I love that. So that's a fact. And did you know this, Dr. T?
What?
And the other women on here, and Alex, I think you should know this too. So it's something that you can know about women, Alex. Did you
Uh-oh.
know 80% of women, 80% of us is wearing the wrong bra size?
Girl, I knew that. I
Yeah,
did know that. I did know that.
what women on here know that? Come on now.
Look, I did know that. I did know that. I'm actually gonna reach out to this young lady. She's called the Philly Bra Lady. Okay, she's the bra lady, and she discusses being able to get fitted for the right bra.
Yes. They have one in Long Beach, and I
Mhm.
heard she's amazing. And her whole shop is just full of bras, and you go in there and get fitted. Yes, Alex, 80% of women are wearing the wrong bra size because, Alex, I'm just going. We just a mental health minute, so this is something I think we all should know to help us mentally, make you have a good day. We
Mhm.
should. We always measuring these. You got to measure the back as
On the
well.
back side, you got to get all that
That's
stuff in
right.
the back and swing it around and all of that.
Absolutely. That's right. Absolutely. But yeah, I see the comments about the sales. Yes. So we're shedding.
Mhm.
Yes. Millions and trillions of skin cells every 24 hours. So
Mhm.
we shedding. I'm like, okay, no wonder I say moisturize because I don't want to see it. There you go. So here's another one. Here's
Mhm.
another one. Did y'all know holding hands and kissing can reduce your blood pressure and it helps with stress? It lowers your stress and
What?
reduces blood pressure. And I believe that.
Wow.
Absolutely. Did y'all know that? That is a fact.
Mm.
So get the holding hands, get the
Mhm.
holding hands and kissing if you're on blood pressure medication. There you go.
Okay, look, I know that's right.
Yes, and here's my last one. And I can relate, but I don't want to put my business out there. Let me see if any of
Uh-oh.
the can
Look,
relate.
uh-oh.
And there you go, Alex. Come on, Alex. Let me see if the ladies can relate, and let me see if Alex knew about this. Did
Right.
you know some women can have an orgasm just by kissing, passionately kissing their partner?
I would say that. I would say I knew that. I would
That
say I
is
knew
a fact. Did you know that, Alex? Let us know if you knew that.
that. I would say
There
I
you
knew
go.
that. I would definitely say I knew that. And the reason I would say I knew that is because that's okay. So if somebody is connected to somebody, right? It's a whole mental sex thing.
Yes.
You know what I mean? You know, people think that when you're in a relationship, right, that it has to be that you're just connected sexually. But the thing is, the sexual piece is just a bonus. If they have you mentally, that's a whole nother piece, and that's a whole nother topic.
Absolutely. And I totally agree. And that is another topic because I am a sapiosexual. That
Yeah.
means it's mental for me. I'm
Hmm.
intellect. Other than that, I'm dry as a Sahara Desert if you a dummy. I'm like, okay,
Girl, girl.
I'm like, I ain't going to be able to do this.
Right,
So there
right,
you
right,
go. Just a mental health minute. There you go.
right. Exactly, exactly, exactly,
Yes.
exactly. That
So there
is
you
so.
go. But when it's intellect, when you get me here, then there you go. So you're absolutely right.
Mhm.
And another fact, and this
Mhm.
is kind of a funny, fun fact. Actually, this ain't even funny, but I
Right.
don't know. But Alex, I think you need to know this. And I know all the women know this on here. If y'all don't, y'all gonna learn today on the Mental Health Minute. Did y'all know what women do, what men do to us, we could never do to them? They
Mm.
wouldn't be able to take it. They ain't gonna tolerate it for one.
Right,
That's a fact.
right.
All that, and I'm speaking of toxicity and drama and different
Mhm.
things.
Right.
What you do to what you do to a man, I mean,
Mhm.
what a man do to you, you will never be able to do to him.
Mhm.
He'll leave you where you stand.
Right.
Would you agree with that, Alex? Let us know. We would love to hear from you, brother.
Let's see. Let's see.
Yes, I love Alex. I
Wait a
love
minute. I ain't see Alex comment from the first one. He said he get him orgasms all the time.
There you go. There you go. And now you know with just a blow of a kiss.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yes, there you go. Yes. So I'm Dr. Candace Elaine, and those were my fun facts. I love doing that. It brings humor, education, light. It gets the conversation going, the end it so it can bring you back on in here. And then I saw some, I was reading some where someone say that's why they don't use the same towel. Absolutely. Yes,
Right.
a lot of
Right.
people. There you
Right.
go. We sharing. Y'all see what we going through. There you go. Alex say I
Absolutely.
plead the fifth. That's all right,
Yep.
brother. That's all right.
Mhm.
Plead the fifth, you kind of told me, but that's cool.
Exactly. Plead the fifth.
Yes, yes, yes. So, Dr. Tyra, what else do you have for us? If not, this was
All right.
amazing. So, what you got? We got sponsors. What we doing?
Well, we're gonna go to one of our sponsors. All right. I'll hit another sponsor. All right. And we
Okay.
pleads the fifth.
Love
All
it.
right. Well, do you have anything else to add?
This was an amazing show. I would like to thank the audience for joining us. It is always awesome to see everyone. D, you've been riding with us since day one. You know, when we get our show, D, you already know. I ain't got to say it. Thank
Yep.
you. Thank you to everyone that come in. Please share. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. And we cannot wait to see you next week. I am Dr. Candace Elaine. And Dr. Tyra, would you like to tell them what's going down next week and about our show?
Here All
Yeah.
right. So next week's topic will be sexual disorders, is what we'll be talking about. Dr. Candace is going to be taking that
Yeah,
because
I'm gonna try to take that, but we gonna do it.
we gonna rock it out. We gonna handle it because
We gonna
it
handle
was
it.
so
We gonna get
good. I
into it.
did learn some things over the past couple weeks
Yeah.
about different sexual disorders that people have, and
Mm,
so things that I didn't know, and I'm just like, oh, that's not good.
I
So
know.
we'll be addressing that next week. You know,
Yes. It's
yeah.
gonna be awesome.
Well, we
It's
want
gonna
to
be
thank,
awesome.
yeah, and we thank everybody for joining myself and Dr. Candace this week on a mental health minute. And we look forward to seeing all of you again next week. Be sure to watch Dr. Candace this evening on All Things Relationships, which will be on Instagram at what time, Dr. Candace?
I'll be there at 6:30 Pacific Standard Time, my time in California. I'll be there at 6:30. The ones that follow me, just come on through and share. Like I said, meet me there. Meet me there. Let's do this. Let's do this.
Share
And
and meet the
the
stage.
Q&A, we're gonna have a good conversation about project or partner. Who's in your life? And then I'll break it down the difference. There you go. It's gonna be good. So come on through. Come on through. I can't wait to see you there.
Come on through. All
Yeah.
right. Well, we want to thank you all for joining us today, and we look forward to seeing you all. Remember, my show come on Sunday. Tyra's just saying I'm actually going to start at 5:30 because I just added on another guest. So I have three guests on Sunday, 5:36 and 7. So I look forward to seeing all of you on Sunday, and we look forward to seeing y'all tonight on Dr.
Absolutely.
Candace show.
Absolutely.
So have a good day, everyone. Enjoy and God bless.
Yes.